What have Republicans ever done for you? Do you remember the hit song from Janet Jackson, What Have You Done For Me Lately? For voters today, the real question isn't what have Republicans done for you lately, it's what have Republicans ever done for you? It's painful to see polling that says that voters believe Trump and Republicans are better for the economy than Democrats. Painful because it's not true. And even more painful is the claim that Democrats are losing ground with Black and Hispanic voters, voters who have borne the brunt of the Republican economic cruelty. Let's be clear. For Black and Brown communities, what did Trump and MAGA do for us? Well, they weaponized woke. They dismantled diversity, equity, and inclusion. They drove hundreds of thousands of Black women out of jobs. They unleashed ICE to terrorize families in states like Minnesota and beyond. That's not economic stewardship, it's punishment. But let's stay with the economy because that's where the real lie has festered. Poll after poll says Republicans are better on the economy. If that were true, why are Americans talking about affordability right now? Why are voters still waiting for that mythical day one fix that Republicans promised? Why does every Republican administration leave behind wreckage that Democrats are forced to clean up? The answer is brutally simple because Republicans say they're better over and over and over until people believe it. Certainty beats nuance, repetition beats truth. And Democrats, despite governing successfully, we keep on explaining instead of asserting. The nonpartisan data and lived experiences actually show that under Bill Clinton, people felt like their efforts paid off. Jobs were easy to find, their paychecks grew, retirement accounts grew. The future felt predictable enough to plan. Under Barack Obama, the economy stopped bleeding, job losses reversed, health coverage stabilized, auto plants were saved. I mean, life didn't suddenly get easy, but it was feeling like it wasn't going to fall apart overnight. Under Joe Biden, the recovery was durable after a global pandemic. Jobs returned, wages rose, manufacturing and construction expanded, infrastructure even showed up locally. I know it didn't feel fast enough for everyone, but people could talk about their lives and they could let people know that they weren't forgotten and that we're coming for them. We showed it with insulin and other life saving medicine that was made affordable. Listen, if you believe in God or whatever your belief is, only they could have fixed what the prior Trump administration had done to us overnight. Across all three Democratic administrations, the same human outcomes appeared. And yes, it does take time, but that's what a strong economy feels like when we all work together. So then, why do people still believe that Republicans are better? Because the belief isn't driven by data. We know that. It's by identity, narrative, and media reinforcement. Fox News, right wing podcasts, and a giant blabbermouth. Voters experience the economy not through the GDP, but like making groceries and making gas and rent and keeping your job and what's the balance on my credit card. And I just have to tell you, the Biden administration did work on a bunch of those nuisance fees, but I digress. I want to talk about inflation. Whether it's inherited or global, the party in power gets blamed. No one wants to be talked down to, no one wants to be educated, so Republicans exploit the hell out of that reality. We sort of tiptoe around it. But Republicans say out loud, we're better for the economy. And we say, well, this is really complicated. Well, the first message wins emotionally, even when it's false. So you add to that huge media ecosystem that reinforces the selective blame and the selective memory, and you get two realities. I mean, how could anybody forget during the first Trump term all the cars wrapped around the buildings at the food banks? And it's happening again. The hard truth is that people aren't wrong because they don't have information. They're wrong because the information isn't the only way they form their belief. It's through the narrative, repetition, and accountability. We fix economies. Republicans brand them. And now we're living with the consequences. So the question becomes, what are Trump Republican voters feeling now? Hell, what are we all feeling now because of that choice? Because a strong economy is not one where the markets are happy. Every time Trump talks about the stock market, we should be telling people how many of your supporters actually own stock or where did their Where do they fit in the rankings on education and income and well-being? Those legislators should be ashamed of themselves. I will never, ever forget hearing Joe Manchin say that people in West Virginia know how to live within their means. What the hell? Republicans have us in survival mode. People want to feel secure enough to plan their lives, not just survive the month. That should be the standard. And Democrats believe in that standard. And we should keep saying it plainly, repeatedly, and without apology. Listen, it's time to do something different, to speak different, to fight different, to call out the monsters, and to speak to our history of success and what the road to not just surviving, but what thriving looks like and how we get there. Because we've done it before, over and over and over.